Good morning. Welcome to our February 7, 2022 class. Last week, we learned about the letter P. This week, we are going to learn about a different letter. But before we start with our letter for the week, let's have counting from 1 to 40. So are you ready? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Very good. And can you guess what letter we're going to learn this week? We're going to learn about the letter Q. Very good. So we have our capital letter Q. We also have our lowercase letter Q. And can you tell me what's the sound of the letter Q? The sound of Q is quo, quo, quo. The sound of Q is quo. The sound of Q is quo. All the letters make a sound. The sound of Q is quo. Very good. Now let's see what pictures begin with the letter Q. So the first picture that we have here, this is to clean our ears. This is a Q-tip. Very good. And this one, this is a queen. Good job. And how about this animal? Do you know the name of this animal? It's a quail. Very good. And this one, do you know what the name of this stone? It's a quartz. Quartz. And this one, this is called a quiz. Then we have our question mark. Our colorful blanket is called a quilt. We also have a quill. And the last one, we have a quarter. And all of these pictures begin with what letter? The letter Q. Very good. Let's see what we have for our next slide. We have our letter Q Play-Doh mat. So get your Play-Doh mat and let's make our capital and lowercase letter Q. So let's start with our capital, then lowercase. I'm going to make it a rainbow again. And I think we can use one more color. Color red. And I have my capital and my lowercase letter Q. So let's identify our pictures first. We have a sun, quarter, queen, quill, and quilt. So sun, the sun begin with the letter Q? Sun? No, it starts with the letter S. Very good. Let's write letter S and let's mark an X. The next picture that we have, it's a coin and the name of the coin is a quarter. Quarter. Does quarter start with the letter Q? Yes, it does. So let's color it. Next picture, we have queen. Queen. Does queen start with the letter Q? Queen? Yes. Q is for queen. Next one, we have quill. 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 Does quill start with the letter Q? Yes, it starts with the letter Q also. Next one, we have a quilt. 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 Does quilt start with the letter Q? Yes, quilt also starts with the letter Q. So we have a quarter, a queen, a quill, and a quilt that all begins with the letter Q. Now for our next slide, we have to make our letter Q hat. So let's start by tracing our capital and our lowercase letter Q. We have 5 pictures here that we are going to paste to put on our Q hat. So we have our quilt, we have our quail, we have our question mark, we have quiet, and we have the queen. And they all begin with the letter Q. Finish with your letter Q hat? Very good. Let's proceed to writing our letters. So kindly get your whiteboards and your whiteboard markers. Let's make our capital letter Q. Round Q is a quarter to spend. Add a little line, then you're at the end. So where do we start our letters? At the bottom or at the top? At the top. Very good. So let's start at the top. You make a big curve. You go all the way up and you close. Let's do that again. Teacher Sarah's pen is too small. Okay, again, start at the top. You make a big curve, go all the way up and stop, and a line, slanting line down. We have capital letter Q. Let's do that again. Make a big curve, go all the way up, you close, and a slanting line down. Again, make a curve all the way up and close, and we have a slanting line down, and we have the letter Q for quarter. Very good. So let's practice a little bit more, but this time on a paper. So get the work that looks like this. Trace your name first and practice writing your letter Q. So you can pause the video now so you can make your letter Q. All done with making your letter Q? Very good. Let's pause for a while and let's have our letter Q activity. So teacher has the capital and the lowercase letter Q and also pictures on the side. So we have to put the pictures that start with the letter Q inside the letters. So let's start with this picture. This is a question mark. Letter Q is for question mark. Yes, it is. The next picture we have is an inchworm. Q is for inchworm. No, so we put it outside. Next one, we have a quilt. Quilt. Letter Q is for quilt. Yes, it is. Then we have the next picture. It's called a quarter. Quarter. Does quarter start with the letter Q? Yes, this is a quarter because if you cut the circle into 4 pieces, one part is called a quarter. The next picture we have is quiet. Shh, quiet. Does quiet start with the letter Q? Yes, it does. The next picture we have here is queen. 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 Q is for queen. Yes. So we have question mark, quilt, quarter, quiet, and queen that all begins with the letter Q. So we also have another slide. So this is my Q album. So we have to paste all the pictures that starts with the letter Q inside our album. So the first picture we have, this is a quilt. Q is for quilt. Yes or no? Yes, Q is for quilt. And this one, this is called a quarter. Q is for quarter. Yes, Q is for quarter. Very good. This one, ring, ring. Q is for ring. No, ring starts with what letter? Letter R, correct. And this one, do you know what fruit this is? This is called a quince. 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 Does quince start with the letter Q? Yes. We have here eggs. Eggs. Does egg start with the letter Q also? Are you sure? Egg starts with the letter E. Very good. And the last picture we have queen. Does queen start with the letter Q? Yes, queen also starts with the letter Q. So we have our quilt, quarter, quince, and queen that all begins with the letter Q. So let's go back to our slide and let's continue our letter Q work. So here we have a quilt. So we have to, first, what do? Trace our name. Very good. We have to trace our name and trace the word quilt and also color our picture. So I want you to try to color inside the black lines, okay? And also make sure that there are no more white spaces, okay? And when you're done with your letter Q work, we have our tracing and the writing. So start by tracing our curved lines. Then we trace our letters and also we have to write our capital and lowercase letters. And last one, we have to sort all the capital and all the lowercase letter Q. Okay, you can pause the video now so you can finish your work. All done with your work? Good job. So you deserve a break and you can have your story time. So you can pause the video now and watch your story for today. Did you like the story? Wow, very nice. So now let's continue again with our work. Let's start by counting and graphing, okay? So let's count and graph. Let us start by looking for our capital letter Q. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 capital letter Q, so that should be 5 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 dots. Then, let's look for our lowercase letter Q. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have to look for our quill. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we have to look for the queen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 queens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 dots. Then let's look for the quail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 quails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 dots. Now let's look for the question marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then lastly, we have our quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you have the same numbers as teacher? Very good. So that is how we do our count and graph activity. Now that we already found all the pictures for our count and graph, this time we have to look for our capital and lowercase letter Q. So we have to help the queen look for all the letter Q's. So let's start by writing our name on top. We always write or trace our name before we answer our work. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. 13 letter Q. So we found all 13 letter Q's that the queen was looking for. So for the next work, we have to look for our capital and lowercase letter Q. So let's do this one together. You can use your dabber or your crayon. Just make sure that you will color inside the lines and also only the letter Q. So let's do it together. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 capital letter Q's. Very good. Let's go to the other work. We have to look for the lowercase letter this time. So let's count and color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we found 11. So before we have our last work, let's go back to our Google slide. And here, do you know what we will do here? We are going to sort the letters. Very good. So let's start with the orange one. Is this capital or lowercase? It's the capital letter. So we have another orange letter. Is this also capital? Are you sure? No, it's a lowercase letter. Then let's proceed with this one. I think this is color brown. Is this capital or lowercase? Capital. Very good. Let's have the red one. Is this capital or lowercase? Another capital letter. Very good. We have a green letter. Is this capital or lowercase? Lowercase letter Q. We have another light green one. Is this capital or lowercase? It's capital letter. Very good. Then we have a brown letter. Is this capital or lowercase? Lowercase. Then we have the green one. Capital or lowercase? Lowercase letter Q. Good job. And then here we have this one. Is this capital or lowercase? Capital letter Q. So we have all capital letter Q's here and all the lowercase letter Q here. So remember, capital letter Q is going around and a slanting line down. That's capital letter Q. And you make a curve, go up, down, and curve up. That's what lowercase letter Q looks like. So let's have our last work for today where we are going to color. So capital letter Q should be pink and lowercase letter Q should be purple. So let's do this one together. Let's start with capital letter Q. And remember, we have to trace the name. Good job. Because tracing the name is very important so that our paper will not get lost. So the teacher and mommy or ate or daddy knows that the work that they have is the work that you did. So we are almost done with our capital letter Q. So try to color inside the black lines, just like what teacher is doing here. You can use your crayon or your dabber if you like. And also, make sure that you are coloring everything and no white spaces will be left. Because your work will look very, very nice if there are no white spaces left. So for our lowercase letter Q, we will use color purple. So a colorful blanket with different colors and different patterns are called a quilt. Do you have a quilt also in your house? Teacher Sarah has a blue, yellow, and red quilt. So I am almost done. And we can see our beautiful and colorful pink and purple quilt. And it starts with the letter Q. So all done with your work? Wow. What letter did we learn? We learned about the letter Q. And what is the sound of the letter Q? Kwa, kwa, kwa. What are the three pictures that starts with the letter Q? We have Q for quilt, Q for queen, and Q for quail. Good job. So let's give everybody their Pokemon friends. So let's give Evo the yellow Pokemon. Amira will get the cat Pokemon. Mason will get the turtle Pokemon. Mina will get the other pink Pokemon. And Anton will get the bird Pokemon. So everybody got their friend. Thank you for working with teacher. I will see you again on Wednesday. Bye-bye and thank you for listening.